Book 267. Good morning, good morning. Welcome back to Morning Motivation with Matthew Daniels, and today I'm going to tell you guys about Detective Divine in the Haunted Grocery Store. That's right, Detective Divine in the Haunted Grocery Store. But what is Matthew Daniels talking about? A long time ago, in a land which sat along the Gulf of Mexico, one of the greatest detectives to ever put their mind and energy to solving mysteries encountered a most peculiar case by pure happenstance. This detective, who is one of my ancestors no less, is known to us today as Detective Divine. In his spare time, when he was not solving mysteries, he worked as a security guard at a local grocery store in his hometown. He never suspected that this grocery store would give him one of his most spectacular cases. However, that is exactly what happened. One day, while making his rounds through the store, Detective Divine noticed that someone had stolen a Choy Boy brand dish scrubber and discarded the empty box behind the canned fruits. He did not think much of this, but over time, he noticed that every week, someone would steal a Choy Boy dish scrubber and discard the empty box in a different aisle. Determining to catch this thief, Detective Divine created a trap that would send an alert to his phone whenever someone picked up the scrubber. And when this happened, he would view the camera feed to see if he could catch his thief. One day, as he sat in the security office watching the cameras, his alarm went off and he sat up straight in his seat. Confused, he did not see anyone in the aisle, so he got up to investigate. When he reached the aisle, he could see a hand seeming to reach through the very metal aisle itself and grab the scrubber. Springing into action, Detective Divine grabbed the hand and gave it a good tug. The hand, however, gave him a tug in return, and as if he was a small child, Detective Divine flew head first into the aisle as the hand pulled him in. Without warning, Detective Divine was yanked into a glowing white light, and he could feel a strange sensation overtake his entire body as he traveled through some sort of wormhole. Emerging on the other end, Detective Divine found himself face to face with a tall, slender African-American man who was holding the dish scrubber. Where am I? Detective Divine asked. What's going on here? The slender man explained that they were in the realm of the ancestors, and he told Detective Divine that he once worked for the same grocery store as a manager, and while he was there, he noticed that someone kept on stealing the Choy Boy dish scrubber, so he determined to catch them. Getting lucky, he saw the culprit on the camera one day, and he waited to see the man enter the store. The slender man did not see the man enter the grocery store. However, he saw him while he was not at work at a local corner store. The manager confronted the man, and a fight ensued, and the man pulled out a gun and shot him. The manager fell over dead, and the gunman got away scot-free. Because of his violent death, the slender man was trapped between the land of the ancestors and the land of the living, and he could not fully move on until his killer was caught. So, he used his faint connection to the land of the living to steal dish scrubbers in the hope he would get someone's attention like the thief had gotten his. Detective Divine then asked him to describe the killer for him, and he vowed to find him and hold him accountable. Then, the slender man sent Detective Divine back to the land of the living, along with the empty Choy Boy box. It wasn't long before the killer came into the store to shop, thinking he had gotten away with murder, and Detective Divine apprehended him, and he even found the murder weapon tucked away in the killer's waistband. When the killer was hauled off to prison, the slender manager's soul finally found peace, and the Choy Boy dish scrubbers never went missing again. And so, the morning motivation of today is Detective Divine in the Haunted Grocery Store. It is an honorable thing when the living generation of men and women carry on and complete the noble missions of the generations that existed before them. In truth, our ambitions are all connected in some shape, form, or fashion. What one did yesterday affects what one experiences today, and what one experiences today influences what one encounters tomorrow. Today, carry on the righteous intent of someone who is no longer living, so that when you pass on to the next realm, someone will carry on the righteous endeavors of you. And as you live, always strive to do that which is good. And remember, you are awesome, you are amazing, you are wonderful, and you are great. And you are going to change the world. I just hope I'm still alive to see it, family. I'm out. Good morning. To order books in the Morning Motivation with Matthew Daniels book series, search Morning Motivation with Matthew Daniels on Amazon.com or visit www.dandyandbigherm.com.